Hey everyone, this is Living Dead Gal and welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today we are doing the next video in my CC Showcase series and we are going to be talking all about beards. In the last one we talked about body hair, so I thought it would only be normal to move over to facial hair. Now, you might wonder, an entire showcase just on beards? Trust me when I tell you guys, I have a ton in my collection. So we're gonna go through all of my favorites. I'm gonna cover almost everything in my collection. There's a few pieces that aren't really applicable to what are my favorites, but I'm gonna cover probably about 90% of my collection. So I have a ton of links to share with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up, we have several beards by XX Black Sims. They are a great creator for your Black Sims. They do amazing hair and amazing beards. They have these sets of curly beards. There's a shorter length one and then a longer one. They are one of my absolute favorite sets of beards. I use those quite often for my Sims. Next, I've got Archive Faction with just a little bit of sort of short stubbly beards. For this showcase, I have sort of a wide variety of things like stubble, like you see here from Obscurus, and I also have much longer beards. We're kind of covering everything, and it's not just beards. It's beards, stubble, mustaches, goatees, and a little bit of some sideburn action, some things like that. So I'm gonna cover a lot of different sort of shapes that you can use to help make each of your male Sims unique and stand out. I tend to add facial hair to a lot of my Sims, so I'm constantly downloading facial hair because I just think that it adds sort of a different character and different definition. It can also kind of change how the shape of the jawbone looks for your character. Now this couple here, this is by Soloria. You probably know them if you've seen them on Sims Resource, mostly for their build and buy items, but they do some really nice cast stuff like these beards. These beards are stunning, and they also do really cool skin details, subtle body scars and things like that. So I'll definitely be featuring them when I get to skin details, but I had to include their beards for this as well. Magic Hand, they do a lot of really amazing facial hair too. The beard collection that they have on their page on the Sims Resource is fantastic. The majority of these you will find on the Sims Resource. That's kind of where I go for probably 95% of my beards. A few others are just from skin detail creators that also will release beards as part of genetics. But beards are hard to come by, and the Sims Resource is kind of the number one place for them. But Magic Hand has lots of good stuff in general, and I believe they actually have some pretty good eyebrows, if I'm not mistaken, on their page as well. So definitely check them out. I think these are just some of the many beards that they have up on their site, so there's lots of different facial hair options that you can grab if you just go to their page on the Sims Resource. We've got a couple here by Veluca as well. They have tons and tons of a variety of things on the Sims Resource page. Just a few more subtle beard options. Some of these is a little harder to see because they're more stubbly, but I really kind of having a range because I think it can help differentiate, especially with life stages. I feel it's so tough with the Sims to kind of differentiate, sometimes even between teens and young adults, but young adults and adults, kind of trying to differentiate the two, especially if you're using lots of skin details and overlays. You want to add some different definition because sometimes overlays can take away the in-game wrinkles that come. So sometimes I will use scruff and beards and things to kind of showcase some of my older men versus the young adult men. This next creator, Merci, they are probably my favorite for facial hair. I love their collection and I love the light stubble that they have. I use a lot of their stubble for some of my young adult Sims and even some of the teens, mostly young adults because it's a little more mature than teens, but they have some really nice pieces on their page, and in general they're just an amazing creator. They have lots of cool stuff on their page, so definitely check them out. And they have some real creative ones too. They have this mustache set that was part of this retro reboot collection. You can see it here. I won't say what I would call it because I don't think it's appropriate for YouTube, but it has a very distinct name. So anyway, I really do like their stuff, and again, they're really good for like some of your more subtle beards, but they also have some fun things like those thicker mustaches, which is really unique. I feel like I don't see much of that for your Sims, and I know that this is a lot of facial hair that we're just kind of staring at and scrolling through, but honestly, like, I love and I nerd out over these subtle details, so that's part of why I have such a ridiculously large collection of beards, because I just feel like the most subtle of details can really help change how your Sims look and really help differentiate them from each other. And so for me, like, very tiny things like different eyelashes, different facial hair, tiny little scars, different freckle sets, all of that stuff, even like different styles of eye bags, all of that stuff I think really can help distinguish your Sims apart, whether you're an alpha simmer or a Maxis Match simmer. I mean, everything that's in the collection here really leans more towards alpha and is really more towards realism, but you know, a lot of people do Maxis mix, and so some of these beards may work for you even if you do, you know, predominantly stick with Maxis Match. One of the creators I think that I showed a little bit earlier, Golly Haha, they are, I think, technically considered Maxis Match, but I feel like their beards work really nicely for alpha Sims as well, so I did showcase, I think, 2 or 3 by them, but they are mostly Maxis Match if you're looking for that style as well. And I did try to kind of get a variety of different creators. There's a few that I rely more heavily on that we'll kind of see at the end. Other than Merci, there's like 3 others that have sort of a lot that are in my collection, but I did try to kind of get a variety of different creators just so you can see the different textures and you know, different options. And a lot of these creators have more beards on their pages, so if you see one in particular that you like, definitely check out like their full pages and you'll see like a full collection of facial hair and lots of other really cool stuff. This one is a newer one that I discovered on the Sims resource, Choi Sims 4. I'm actually not sure how new it is, but it's new to me, and I really enjoyed their facial hair. And a lot of their beards were actually modeled after Lucifer on the Netflix TV show. I guess it used to be on, I can't remember what network it was on before Netflix picked it up, but great show. And I love Lucifer, the main character on that show. Tom Ellis is really attractive, and he has a very nice beard. So this creator here, Serpentrogue, this one is another one that I really like for beards. They have really cool facial hair that really kind of works on like that sideburn area, which is nice too, because sometimes, you know, you just need a little bit of scruff. You don't necessarily need a full beard, but you want like some sideburns or just something to add a little bit more definition and character. So like this beard here I really like, because it's not a super lengthy one or anything, but it just adds a little bit of scruff and helps kind of define the jawline for your Sim. So they have lots of good stuff, not just what I showcased here. That was maybe like a small sampling of what they have on their site, or on the Sims resource page. Now, Praline Sims, this here is the ultimate beard collection. This is all in one link. It's a collection of, I think it's like 53 different beard options. If you download nothing else, I would absolutely download this collection. If you don't want to have a ton of options like I do, I understand, I am ridiculous. I am a CC hoarder. I have way too much and I just can't stop myself. But if you don't want to have so much stuff in your game and you're just looking for enough variety to kind of differentiate your Sims but not like break your computer, definitely download this collection by Praline, and it's really all you need. I would say get this one by Praline, grab a few by XX Black Sims and by Ebonics just so you have a little bit of variety, and I think you'd be all set. But I did want to showcase everything in my collection because I personally really like having a variety, and I love this Praline set. It's probably my favorite, but I have used these to death, which is why I have gone ahead and like moved on to some other styles just because I love creating Sims more than what you guys have seen like on the channel, or if you follow me on Twitter, I've done like a lot just in my own personal time, and so I really used a lot of the pieces in this collection, which is why I've kind of, you know, gathered from other creators as well. But seriously, this is enough for you to last you a while as far as making Sims, so definitely grab that one. The next creator that I wanted to talk about is Zanx. I have a lot of beards by them. This again is one of like the newer ones that I've found as I was kind of branching out and looking for stuff beyond the Praline collection. They have a lot of really cool stuff on their Sims resource page as well. I believe they have some cool makeup, if I'm not mistaken. Again, they're like newer to me, but I thought the like wide range of facial hair that they had was fantastic. I think they have like over 30 beards on their site. I think maybe I'm showing like, I don't know, 25 of them here, but really good variety of stuff for your male Sims. And you can really see just how it changes the appearance of your Sim. Like my Sim Derek here, he's looking totally different just depending on what facial hair I'm giving him. And a lot of times, like, this is where I'll get stuck for my male Sims, is I'm like, I have to find the right facial hair that really matches their personality and accentuates their features. And this is why I really like having this stuff. I know this is like a 10-11 minute long video about beards, but trust me, it's really nice to have this stuff in your game. If you're newer to using lots of CC and you don't really think about beards and things like that, it really can make a world of difference. So the last creator that I'm showcasing here is Salang. They have like over 100 beards on their Sims resource page. I think they upload new ones like every other week. Tons and tons of stuff. Very good, very high quality stuff, lots of varieties. It's absolutely amazing to me how many different styles of facial hair that they can come up with and continuously come up with. But they have an absolutely fantastic collection. Like I said, over like 100 or so beards on their page. I think I'm only showing a small sampling. I do actually have every single piece by them in my game, but I didn't want to like bore you guys by whipping through 100 of them because we've already gone through so many. So I just pulled a small sampling of everything that I have here. But they're a really great creator, and they have lots of other really cool stuff, lots of cool makeup and details and things like that on their page as well. So I would definitely recommend checking them out. Beyond just the links that are in my Google document, I would take a look at all of these creators' pages, because a lot of these creators have fantastic stuff, you know, whether it's facial hair or makeup, or some of these creators, like I think Redhead Sims, they have really good like actual hair for your head, and they have really good clothes and shoes and things. So a lot of these creators do much more than just beards. So I would definitely give them all a, you know, check them all out, see what you like, see what works for you in your game. Honestly, like I said, the Praline collection is really all that you would need. I just tend to go overboard, and I love to have a lot of variety. So this is why I have so many different pieces in this showcase and in my collection in general. I hope that you guys have found a lot of good stuff from this video. I hope that you're able to download lots and lots of facial hair to customize your Sims how you want. So if you enjoyed this video, please just do hit that thumbs up button. That lets me know that you would like to see more of this CC showcase series. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!